Hey, what's up? This is Amphibian here. A while ago now I reviewed a Orbit Gear messenger bag and I really liked it, but one thing that I haven't done that much is backpacks, and indeed I only really have one kind of tech-weary backpack. So Orbit Gear were kind enough to send me this one right here. This is the R101F, a kind of military-style commuter crossover backpack that fits in there somewhere nicely between fashion and I'm going airsofting. This comes in at $148, which is a little more affordable than some of the more mainstream backpack brands. However, for Orbit, this is actually quite a premium price product. This comes in a fair bit more expensive than some of their messenger bags, for example. So let's check out exactly what kind of quality, features, aesthetics, etc. you get for your $148. Rest assured that all the pockets and the straps on this bag do actually do something, they're not just there for show. So let's go through what some of those are. On the front here, you've got this nice little lower pocket. This for me is really the key to its kind of military or more tactical kind of look. Securing this pocket, there's some little quick release straps on here. They're the same kind of thing that Acronym likes using on some of their things, and we've seen it on some other bags as well. They just require a little quick pull to open that pocket up, and then you can have a look at what's inside. There is a zipped compartment which is inside this main pocket, so already you've got two little separate pockets in here. The quick release straps are easier to get into than they are to do up again, so it's good for stuff that you might need very quick access to, like in the zip pocket you can put coins or something like that, something that you want to keep quite secure in the zipped one, and then less so in the main compartment. That little grey strip that's on the base of the pocket is 3M reflective, so good for urban environments if you're going to use this out at night or if you're biking around or something like that. It's just going to help you be a little bit more visible, which on an all black backpack is a pretty good little addition, and I think it looks quite cool as well. On each side there's an unsecured elastic pocket. These are good for drinks and snacks. You can get a 500ml bottle of water or something in there, no problem. And if you want to keep things in there a bit more securely, there are buckles on either side so you can pull those tight to help stop things falling out if you're doing something a little bit more energetic. On the topic of buckles, by this point you've probably noticed that there are actually quite a few of them dotted around the bag. There are some quite high up on the sides, there are some on the bottom as well. And what those will do will allow you to contract or expand the size of the bag as you see fit. So if you're not carrying very much, you can tighten all these straps up and that will compress the bag down so it's a little bit thinner. But then if you are carrying a lot, you can open these back up again and then you can use the full capacity of the bag. From a flexibility standpoint, I like that a lot because it means that you're not carrying around a super bulky bag if you don't need to, or you can pack it flat if you're going to put it in a suitcase or something or going to travel with it. But then when everything's opened up, the capacity of this is actually pretty big. On all these straps you can go full tech swag and let them dangle, although Orbit have provided these little elastic bits. These little bits here, like little elastic toggles that are on the end of the straps, and then you can just like roll them up like this, and then you can use the elastic just to secure them like that. So that means that you don't have to have things dangling down if you don't want to, but you do want the pockets all nice and contracted and neatened up. Alright, let's check out some more pockets. On the back there's a little side opening with a zip. If I say little, it's actually quite big enough for a 13-inch laptop, and that's exactly what this pocket is designed for. There's padding on both sides of this, so it should keep the laptop nice and safe from getting bashed against your back and from getting bashed around against things that are in the main pocket as well. On the top there's another zipped pocket which is just about big enough for a medium-sized smartphone. If you've got something really big and fat like this Zenfone AR or one of the iPhone kind of Plus models, then that will probably be too big to fit in here, but one of the smaller ones should just about go in there fine. There's some webbing on the top as well, so you can add some of Orbit's mods if you want to expand the storage, and in typical Orbit fashion, something that they put on all of their bags, there's a little Velcro square on the front as well, so you can attach your military insignia or whatever else you want basically. Alright, it's time for the big reveal, the thing you've all been waiting for, and that is of course the main pocket. Let's open this up and see exactly what we've got inside. As you might imagine, this pocket runs the full length of the bag, so it's very long and very deep. In some cases this might mean that it would be a little bit difficult to get some things in and out of, but what Orbit have done to combat this problem is they've added this cool little zip going vertically down the front of the pocket, so you can basically like split the front of the bag and open the whole thing up, and then that makes it way easier to get bigger and bulkier items in there or to reach things that are down at the bottom of the bag. There really is a massive amount of space in this. I took this on holiday last week. I got the 17-inch laptop in there, I got a Nintendo Switch, I got one of the Riot Division jackets that went in there as well, a couple of snacks as well obviously, and I still had room to spare. So I would say in most scenarios, unless you really are loading yourself up with a crazy amount of gear, I don't think you're going to have a problem with the carrying capacity on this bag. On the reverse side of the main pocket there are two extra little zipped compartments. These are pretty good for whatever size smartphone you want, anything will fit in there, little cameras, that sort of thing. Inside the main pocket there's some more webbing, so again you can attach some extra storage capacity in there. There's also some webbing in fact on the outside of this main compartment underneath where the flap would go. For me personally, this is the best place to put those little mods, so that was exactly what I did when I went on holiday. I used that for a little extra camera compartment. That means that it's kind of hidden because it goes under the main flap, but also fairly easy to access. The fold over nature of the flap on the main pocket of this bag again gives rise to some nice little versatility options. So by default there's some Velcro that's at the top of this pocket that kind of cinches it in, so then the flap can go over nicely. However, you don't have to use that. You can leave that open, and then that leaves a lot of storage room basically up the entire pocket. What you can also do is you can loosen off the buckles that secure that main flap quite a lot. So what you can do if you really needed to is fill this bag up basically over capacity and then loosen those straps to allow extra space basically. So if you were carrying, I don't know, like a big shoebox or something that wouldn't fit in the bag normally, then you can still kind of do it. It will be a bit exposed, so I wouldn't do it with loads of small objects, but for one big thing, then you can do it on this. One thing I haven't talked about yet is these straps to actually carry this backpack with. Like the back of the bag, these are super heavily padded. So because you're probably likely to be carrying quite a lot of stuff in this bag, or you certainly have the option of doing so, then it's pretty good that these are going to be nice and comfy. There's a chest strap that comes across as well. This was quite useful I found because of the elastic on there. It does up quite tightly, so it does actually take some of the weight off your bag. It doesn't look as good though as some of the more kind of fashiony ones, I don't think, because of that elastic. It can look a little bit awkward, I think, especially when it's not done up because there's like a little loose kind of loop of elastic. But I guess that's a small price to pay for the fact that when you are carrying a lot of stuff, this is actually going to be useful. The strap length can be adjusted as well from both the top and the bottom, so depending on how you like your bags to fit, whether you want them super close to the body or a little bit more of a relaxed thing, either way that's not a problem. And again, like those other straps that you'll find on there, if you don't want the excess material hanging down, then you can roll those up and stick them in the little elastic loops. Hopefully now, after that onslaught of pocket and strap based information, you've got the impression now that this is an extremely practical bag, and that definitely is the case. There's not only enough raw capacity for carrying pretty much anything you could need, but enough separate compartments as well so that you can organize everything very effectively. Headphones, cameras, wallets, money, etc. All of those can all be put in their own little places. And if you need even more, you can make use of Orbit's mod system to attach some more pockets on those webbing sections. For me, the most useful thing about this was using one of the mods as a little kind of breakaway section. So as I say, I took the whole bag away with me on holiday, but then while I was away and I just wanted to pop out to go to a shop or something, then I could just pop out one of the little mods, attach a strap to that, and then just use that as like a teeny tiny little side bag rather than having to take the whole bag out with me. But you could also do stuff like have a dedicated phone pocket on one of the straps of the bag, or use one of the internal webbing sections to make yourself a little wash bag that's attached there. There's all kinds of possibilities with that. All of those features do give this bag a very functional and a very practical look. In my mind, it still looks much better than if you go to one of those kind of military tactical websites and you get one of those backpacks. I think it looks a lot more kind of friendly and a lot more versatile than those bags, which do tend to be very much on the military side of things. But if you're looking for an ultra sleek, ninja-y, futuristic kind of bag, this is not really the side of techwear to be looking on, in my opinion. However, saying that, I think this will work quite nicely in quite a lot of different techwear fits. I don't think it's something to worry about kind of whether this will go with other things, especially because it's all black as well. It's not exactly going to stick out. But I do feel that all that versatility makes this a great all-around bag. You can use it just for day trips out or for a slightly longer excursion where you need to carry quite a lot of things with you. And the size and the shape of this bag can reflect that. So although this does come with the $148 price tag, which is quite high, I think this is doing a lot to justify that. Certainly in terms of features, this has a lot more than the messenger bag that I looked at a couple of months ago now. And if I had to pick one of them to be my go-to bag, it would definitely be this one. The only thing I can think of in terms of improvements for this bag would be maybe to swap one of the zipped sections for like a webbed elastic version, just to give a little bit more versatility in terms of what different things you would put in different pockets. So personally, I would put like a pair of over-ear headphones, for example, in a webbed pocket rather than having to zip them away, because I would take them in and out quite a lot. But of course, that's the beauty of the mod system. The Cube mod that I'm using that with does have exactly that, and one of the little internal pockets is webbed. So that kind of helps solve that problem anyway. So to give a quick conclusion, a lot of the things that I liked about the messenger bag are present here and have been upgraded to reflect the fact that this is a bigger bag, it's a more expensive bag, and it's a bag which boasts more flexibility, versatility, and carrying capacity. And although this is more expensive than most of the other Orbit things, I do think that they're continuing to show themselves as a brand which produce really nice products at pretty decent prices. If you did want to go for something cheaper though, there is the R101 amphibious roll top, and that one is $100 as opposed to $150. So you get quite a similar look, but you'll save yourself a bit of cash. So that was everything on the R101F bag from Orbit. Let me know what you guys think of it. I think this is the first backpack that I've reviewed on this channel. So if you've got any alternative suggestions or things which you might feel are better or things which maybe fit a different aesthetic, then do stick those down there in the comments. And of course, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a little like, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Shout out to Nicholas and Caden Warrior. Can't believe I didn't include Roblox in that last video. I'm going to convert my channel immediately. No more techwear, it's all Roblox from now on. And shout out to Joel also. I would quite like to pick up one of those military vests that I included in the last video. So if I do, I will definitely do a kind of like how to wear or ideas or inspiration type of video for that specifically. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see some more, there will be some going up there around my head, floating around somewhere. And if you made it to the end of this video, for which you have my heart reacts, then, what was I saying? Oh yeah, and you can click on that side there and then you'll be subscribed and you can check out new videos as soon as they're uploaded.